Sharon Peele Kennedy of Buxton talks about favorite childhood dishes made by her mother and by her father. Did you have a favorite food growing up?
Oh, yes, I did. It would probably have to be her baked fish.
Do you know how she baked it?
Yes, she did. It was either a large bluefish or a large drum that she would side. Take the meat skin off in just one piece or two pieces. Slice potatoes super thin. Toss them with some onions and flour. Put them on the bottom of a pan. Put the fish on top. Fill it with water up to the fish. Cover it and bake it. It was delicious.
Do you still cook fish?
Yes, I
like
do.
that?
Yes, I do. Baked fish is my favorite because, as someone says, you're baking gravy into your fish. Because the flour makes the gravy. As far as her, what I call land food would be, she made a delicious pot of lentils.
Okay.
Yeah, she taught us to appreciate lentils and beans and stuff like that. But yeah, her seafood, I would have to say her baked fish, and then I could take it and say she introduced me to shad.
Okay, and how do you cook shad? Or what
That's that. Well, there's in cookbooks is shad where you take and cover it and cook it for several hours at 200 until everything, you can eat everything to it, and then just spread it on toast points. You didn't eat it like you did other fish because it was so strong and so oily. It was more like a
spread?
Yeah, like a spread or derby.
Okay.
Then sometimes she'd fry it. She'd fillet it and then fry it real slow, and then the bones dissolve that way too. And it gets super crisp.
Did she fix the roe?
Oh, heavens, yes. That was for breakfast.
With eggs?
Mm-hmm.
And with the roe, did you fry it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Indescribably delicious.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned shad, turtle, sturgeon. I heard you say bluefish. Were those mostly what you ate as far as seafood?
We always had fried spot for dinner at times. Sometimes sea mullet. My dad would take sea mullet, which most people didn't like, and sometimes you'd score it and fry it whole, which is very delicious. But my favorite he would do would take and boil the potatoes and onions until just about done, and he would head, gut, and scale and score the sea mullet fish and then lay them right on top of the potatoes and cook them down that way. Let all that stuff, and then you take the fish out, mash up the potatoes, pull the fish off the bone, and to me it's right there with bull drum.
Okay.
To me, sea mullet is right there with drum as far as deliciousness of fish. Mm-hmm.
But you didn't eat any stuff like the offshore species, like
Never.
tuna or
No,
wahoo?
the first time I ever ate swordfish, the first time I ever ate an offshore fish was when I worked at Captain Peel's, and Miss Grace and them were serving swordfish. They would have grilled swordfish, and she let us taste it, and I did not like it because it had a weird tang to it at the end. You would take the bite and you would taste the fish, and then it had a weird tang to it, and I did not care for it. Then working at the Channel Bass, I got to learn to eat dolphin. That was okay, but I guess I didn't like the way it was prepared or whatever. It just seemed dry and no flavor, like I was used to a piece of bluefish,
Okay.
so to speak,
So do you still prefer the inshore species?
Yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. Now, like your triggerfish and your grouper and all that stuff it is very delicious. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think I don't think it has the same type of depth of flavor as your more inshore fish. Like
what do you mean by that?
like when I eat a piece of drum or a piece of bluefish, I know I'm eating a very in-depth flavored fish. When I eat a piece of wahoo, I know I'm eating fish because I'm looking at it, but it does not. When I have it does not have a distinctive, incredible flavor. It's like very mellow flavor.
Okay.
Oh, it's delicious, but it doesn't
Uh-huh.
have that aftertaste like a piece of drum would have.